What's up, y'all? JR Raymond back again, coming to you from BowlerX Pro Shop and Training Center inside Waterford Lanes, where we are actually going to do a review. I know we haven't been doing a ton of them, but we're getting back on track. Got a bunch of bowling balls sitting in there. We just did 6 of them right here. We're going to do 6 reviews today. First one up is going to be that alert. I got the box. I actually brought the box because a lot of people like talking about the numbers. I never talk about the numbers, and actually what made me grab the box is I threw the alert and then I looked at the flare rings and they were really tight. And I'm like, why is that happening? I don't understand what's going on. Usually I haven't seen a low flaring ball in a while. And it's because it's 247-037. So I would not necessarily low differential, but much lower than most bowling balls are nowadays. So you can see that. And you know what it actually reminds me kind of like that IQ Tour line, the Venom Shock type of line, you know, that area where those are some of the most dominant bowling balls, at least, well, the Venom Shock, yes, IQ Tour, not so much anymore. So I'm gonna take this thing out here. I got the 46-foot league condition, and I gotta tell you, just within the first couple of shots of this thing, I love it because of the low flare. I've always liked low flaring bowling balls, but I put 45 by 40 by 4.5 by 45 on this thing, so nothing crazy, just the typical standard layout that I usually use. So I got it out here, 46-foot league pattern. We're gonna take it out and see what she's got here in a minute, so stay tuned.
They say bowling is a dying sport.
A dying sport.
I disagree. I disagree.
I disagree.
I disagree.
I disagree.
BowlerX.com, for the love of bowling.
All right, here we go. We're gonna take the alert out there and we're gonna see, yeah, the line's kind of disappeared. I was gonna show you the flare rings right away, but let's take a look. Throw this thing kind of around the 9, 10, 11-ish range, a little bit straighter, and then we'll move left. Oh, I'm so sore. Everything's tight. That's why it's so hard to be a competitive bowler and still go to the gym consistently, because you can't work, and you can, maybe some people have figured it out, but I haven't figured out how to work out and not be sore to the point where it affects my game. Anyway, so here you go, take a look at this. Let me show you the flare rings. You see how tight they are? Not exactly huge flare. That's what happens with 037 diff. A little bit lower, so it keeps you keeps them rings a little bit tighter. I'm gonna move 5 left now, and hopefully this one doesn't hurt. Oh, still hurt. But I love the motion. You can see it floats down lane. It doesn't do anything violent. It's very controllable, very predictable. The lower diff makes it to where it's cleaner and doesn't do anything crazy in the middle of the lane. It kind of still waits till the back part of the lane to do anything, but then it doesn't just go nuts off of the dry. A lot of the times they're not very good going way around the lane. Oh, I hit my leg. But anyway, so a lot of the lower diff balls, for me anyway, you know, maybe not, and it's not always like that. I've had situations, like back when I was actually a good bowler in 2014 and 15, when I was making shows, the IQ Tour was one that I was doing it with. And it was one where I could use it on the long patterns and I could throw it to the right and it didn't matter. I could still get it to hook. So there were situations where the lower diff balls were still good, but generally they were made for me to keep them in front of me. Didn't hit my leg, that's good. See, and this is what I mean, like generally as you start to go further left, they just kind of get too far down the lane. So these ones are real good straighter, unless you have the rev rate of like an EJ Tackett, where he can use a Venom Shock on everything. All right, here we go. A little bit more left. Start to rotate it a little bit. Well, that was mean, but that was still really nice, really good. This is gonna be one of my favorites. I mean, well, one of my favorites that I review. My track has changed. That's what happens when you don't bowl a lot anymore. Your track is gonna change because you're not consistently doing it and consistently checking it. All right, let's try again. I like that. See, that's really nice. That is really nice. So I would say, because my track is closer to my thumb, it's probably a good inch closer. So this is probably making this closer to a 5-inch, maybe 5 1/4 inch pin now, I would say. I don't know, I'd have to track my, it's maybe not that much closer, 1/2 inch maybe. Let's call it a 5-inch pin-ish. It's probably pretty close. Moving left a little bit more. Now, again, this pattern may make this ball look a little bit smoother because it is 46 feet. It is the longest league pattern I've ever seen, but is one of the easiest I've ever bowled on. And the league scores here are through the roof lately. So credit to DC for creating something like this. People like it because it allows them to play straighter, and anybody that wants to hook it, they can still hook it. Just got to throw it slower. All right, let's get up against the ball return and see what it does. Yeah, see, if you get it to the dry, it still picks up and still gets going. That's nice. And I like the rounded shape. I don't like the ones that get there and then they look like they go forward because they make such a strong motion. They lose so much rotation right away. All right, let's throw it in front of the ball return and call it good. Do the old 4-step. Cleared the leg, that's good. Yeah, see, that's okay, so that makes sense. That's where I'm talking, you know, it's probably really good in most cases all the way across the lane until you get to this point. That's when you really probably need a bigger ASIM type ball or a bigger symmetrical ball with bigger differential that gets you through the pins just a little bit better, gives you a little bit more flair. But otherwise, I mean, that's gonna be one of my favorites. I love this thing. So go get you one. Head over to BowlerX.com. I'm gonna put a link in the description. Order your alert. Come up here, BowlerX Pro Shop and Training Center. If you can catch me up here, and I'll drill one up for you, or order it from BowlerX, bring it up here, I'll drill it up for you, same price either way. So that's all I got for you. Until next time, we'll see you guys later. Take care.